Hello everyone, Rasa here. Welcome back to Creepy Reading, or in this case, Crappy Reading, where I'm going to be reading another crappy pasta. Today's story, The Intestines. Let's begin. You wake up not knowing where you are or what your name is.
Oh my god, I'm a main character in an RPG! American or Japanese?
There is a sign saying, trust your intestines.
Can I trust my gut instead? My intestines hate me ever since I ate those 12 cheese sticks.
Then an intestines drop from the ceiling from an open vent.
Where am I if there's a vent?
That you could fit through, so you climb through, which you soon regret.
Yes, more likely there's some intestines coming out of the vents. I'm pretty sure there'll be a few dead bodies. Just stating.
Just when you think you have escaped, you fall through an air vent into a pile of what you think is goo.
Hopefully it's some goo and not blood, or pus, or mucus, or feces, or slime. We don't know what it could be. It could be anything. Ugh.
Suddenly, the goo transformed into a goo monster.
Are we sure it's a goo monster? If it starts singing opera, then we know it's a poo monster instead. And also, hold your breath and hold your freaking mouth, because you do not want to taste crap.
You back in not a wall. I think you mean into a wall. And he gets closer and closer.
It could be a girl. We don't know. I'm being gender neutral in this. A lot of feminists can bitch if the creature is not. Could be a female.
Just as he opens his enormous, foul-smelling mouth.
I told you to lay off the garlic and anchovy pizza!
You hear a deafening screech and cover both your ears.
Okay, it is the big mighty poo! Stop singing already! It hurts!
A naked, dog-like creature with wings flies into the room.
So the dog is shaved? Or is it missing those little stupid sweaters that they have to wear?
And attacks the blob and faces you, talks and whispers into your ear.
I don't get how is this going to be styled as talking. This is the most stupidest conversation I've ever seen.
We are what you see when you die.
So, not the bright light or the empty darkness or all the people that care about you surrounding you. We're seeing naked winged dog creatures. I'm going to have to talk to a bunch of dead people about this.
We torture you, rip parts of you out, and eat your soul.
So, we're in hell then.
The only way to escape is to trust your intestines.
Can't you just say gut? You know, nobody. I know you're trying to be unique with saying a different organ instead of trust your gut, but the intestinal tract? Really? Fine, I'll trust my intestinal tract. It tells me I need to go to the bathroom.
The creature rips your intestines out, and then you wake up safe and sound in your room.
So that whole thing was completely pointless! Unless it's that Freddy Krueger thing where you think you got away and then you discovered you're still in the dream world about to die.
But you still don't remember who you are.
So I am a main character of an RPG. I just went through the tutorial.
You hear what you think is wind, but it gets heavier and heavier until you cover your ears and look at the table next to your bed.
Okay, shut the windows then. If you woke up in your room, shut the windows.
You see an intestines with a note saying to remember what I told you.
Whose intestines are those? 911, there's some intestines on top of my table. I don't know where they come from. I just woke up. Can I go to the hospital to make sure they're not mine?
And then you slowly fall asleep.
Call the cops would be the first thing on your mind, not seeing the intestinal tract. I would have been freaking the hell out. I don't care.
The next day, you ask your neighbors what's your name and who you are.
Okay, so what happens if we know if our neighbors were friendly or not? Okay.
Your name is Joshua. Your parents died in a car crash and you live alone and work at McDonald's from Monday to Friday at 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Thank you, person who's giving me this information I really don't need. What the hell? This is pulled somewhere deep out of your ass.
You wonder how they know that much about you and go back inside your house.
What, it's the weekend and I don't have to go to work? Just asking. Maybe that's where... Wait, maybe I got an idea. The intestines is what he brought home from work, and he's gonna eat that. I don't know. The character has amnesia. We don't know anything.
The night you dreamed the same dream, but you remember who you were, and instead of ripping your intestines out, the creature brings intestable and Rios. It opened, and there is a note saying, "I am coming tomorrow, so beware."
What the am I smoking?
You continue the day normally and think a dream is just a dream. Nothing's gonna happen.
There's a friggin' intestines on my table! Tell me not you think this is a dream! If there's some intestines on the table!
I'm just sorry. There's just nothing going to happen. But at that moment, the doorbell rings, so you're going to the curtains, closest to the door, and open it. You see the creature, but it was even more horrifying. He had red eyes, his flesh was ripped of, and his wings were broken.
Even if it's crappy, at least spell check it. I'm sorry.
You ran up to your room and locked the door. Just then you remembered what the creature did. He broke the intestines, so with all your strength, you ripped open the intestines, but there were words saying, "No way out."
You're screwed. What the hell? Why couldn't you just look on the... Maybe the intestines on the table would have been the answer, but like, you're screwed. You just said that. You don't need to do that.
The creature knocks the door and rips your intestines out and says, "Go to sleep."
So that's where Jeff went. He became a wingless dog creature.
You woke up with a fright and was relieved that it was all just a dream. Then you had a pain in your stomach. Okay. You look down and find your stomach ripped open and your intestines gone. Then you collapse and die.
That was stupid.
Oh, there's more. News report. A boy named Joshua had died unexpectedly with no signs of damage. All of his limbs are intact except his intestines, which was found on his neck, saying, "Trust your intestines." That's the story. What in Lord hell I've read. I thought Burner was bad, but then again, at least this was a little bit more coherent. Okay, let's go with this thoughts. One. So we discover our character's name is Josh. Do we really need all the backstory? Like, his parents died in a car accident. I work at McDonald's, when it had no point to this story. Two, I somehow given amnesia for some apparent reason, no explaining why. The goo monster, what was really the point of the goo monster? And we're dealing with some winged dog-like creature who's basically just ripped off Jeff the Killer, Smile Dog, and whatever creepy pasta amalgamation. It's just basically what it is. Oh, and Freddy Krueger doing the dream crap. And also, he wakes up noticing that his intestines went missing and then drops dead. Really? That's they went with? Oh my lord.
What the hell? This story focuses more on gross out humor. Well, not humor, horror. Gross out horror. It's humorous just to read this. Besides the spelling errors, I'm gonna at least leave that alone now. But the story doesn't make a coherent sense. You basically wake up being told, trust your intestines, deal with the goo monster, deal with some scary dog telling me it's gonna eat my soul while torturing me. I wake up, see the freaking intestine again, and decide not just to go to sleep and not call the cops or ambulance, make sure it was mine. Wake up again, go talk to my neighbors, telling me everything about me, when they would be like, how do you know so much about me? Are we best friends? Do we date or anything? Then just say, screw it, going back to sleep. Then you get attacked by the creature again, ripping out my intestinal tract. And what else? Wrapping it around my neck, so I'm being lynched by my own intestines. This is worse than Burner. Right now this wins. It beats the Burner contest. Only because of the fact that it feels like it was just the amalgamation. The creature is just an amalgamation of what it is, while Burner at least was trying to be a knockoff of one thing. This creature's a knockoff of multiples. The only thing it didn't do was produce tentacles. The level I'm gonna give this as a rating, I would say Chef Boyardee, but that's an insult. Generic Chef Boyardee. That's all I can really say. I'm sorry. I'll try to be more serious in the next story. Till then.